Okay, today I am joined by Rich Checkan from ASI. Rich, please say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Rich, I want to talk to you today about this bull market that we're having in precious metals, and specifically gold, and really how people can protect themselves from everything that's happening today.
That's a good question, because in past bull markets, what happens is greedy dealers enter the market once they see it start to develop, and their goal is to separate you from your money or your money from you, as opposed to helping you get what you need.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would assume that people want to ask a lot of questions when they're working with a dealer, especially for the first time. Maybe you can talk a little bit first, I guess, about the bull market, and then maybe some of the things that people should be aware of.
Sure. So the bottom line is the bull market is well underway. It wasn't generated by COVID. We've covered this at the seminars and other things that we've done, and some of the writings we've done for your magazine. As greedy people get into the market, one of the ways you can separate them is by asking them a simple question. Do you buy back?
So this would be a conversation that you would have with the dealer. One of the first things you would want to ask them then.
Absolutely. And the reason I ask that question is because if they don't buy back, and not every dealer does, right, then what they're telling you is they either don't value what they're selling, and if they don't, they should just give it to you, or they're worried about showing you their horrific premiums that they're charging you to fund their business.
Okay, that makes sense. So maybe talk to us about some examples of industries, like real life things that maybe someone has seen in the precious metals industry.
That's simple. The very last bull market, right? I don't know if everybody saw those Cash for Gold commercials, things like this, where they made it very, very simple for people to sell their gold. Just put it in a package, send it to us, we'll send you money. And everybody said, that's great. They made it so simple. They're wonderful people. What they don't know is they were probably getting, on average, about 40% of the value of what they were selling.
So 40 cents on the dollar.
That's it. Yeah.
Wow, that's embarrassing. Well, and then I've also seen some things with like these rare coins or specially minted coins. And I know some of them are very good, but I've also seen some that are maybe not so good. Have you seen any examples or anything that people should be wary about in that space?
Yeah, I just be careful, especially with modern issue rare coins.
Okay.
I have a real problem with this because although the clients will pay very, very high premiums, when they come back into the market and they want to sell them back, because those dealers typically don't buy back, right? The client gets melt value, okay? And none of us, I don't think, are going to be around 100 years to see if it really is rare.
So they really just pay the spot price if you go to sell it back, even though it's supposed to be this special, amazing, wonderful, rare coin.
And the trick there is what they do is they mint something, not necessarily because it's wonderful or there's some sort of providence or anything like that. They just make something that nobody else is making.
Okay.
So you can't cost compare. Right?
So
and
no
it is,
comparables,
in fact, limited, but it's just never going to have collectability and the desirability that a true rare coin might.
Okay. So what are some things that people can do to protect themselves if they're going to be purchasing precious metals, especially for the first time?
Well, the one thing I said, obviously ask if they don't buy back, don't buy from them. That's really the first thing. I'm trying to think.
Okay, well, give me an example of, what should you hear out of your dealer's mouth? Like, how should the conversation go with a reputable dealer?
Yeah, that's a good point. So when a lot of times folks will call up and the first thing on the phone is, I want to buy gold, right? Or I want to buy this type of gold. And if the dealer asks you how many, or, have you considered this too, where they try to move you into something with a higher premium, be careful. What you want them to ask, the very first question is, why are you buying gold? That's an indicator to you as a client that they are an advocate for you, not a thief.
Okay. So then flush out the rest of the conversation for us, how it would kind of work if someone was purchasing for the first time. Now, whether that's contacting your office or contacting somewhere else, what are those things that you would want to hear people say?
Well, you need to be prepared to discuss real meaningful things about your portfolio, like, why are you buying the gold? Is this for wealth insurance? Is this for profit? Are you a trader? Is that what you're after here? The other thing you want to do is you want to be prepared. So it's got to be somebody you can trust.
Okay.
And you ought to make several calls, not just one, right? So you can shop around like any other commodity. But you basically want to be able to tell them things like how much you have in your portfolio, and you have to be comfortable discussing that for them to give you some guidance as to how much gold you should own to meet those needs.
And I would also look at like longevity.
Yeah.
Like, I think that longevity in a space, I mean, shows a lot, and it also can speak to someone's reputation. So I know ASI has been around for how long now?
38 years.
38 years. Yeah. So longevity is really important, and I think that kind of circles back to your very first point. You know, as this bull market starts erupting, you know, you're going to see a lot of new people moving into the space to make a quick buck. So maybe just pay attention to the longevity and how long someone's been in the space.
Like any other industry, there's no better thing to do than look for referrals from friends, trusted people, whether they be professionals or not, that have bought metals and have had good experiences. People will tell you if they had a good experience. They will volunteer if they've had a horrible one. But ask them if they had some good experiences, and then you know you're dealing with people that are trusted by the people you trust, and that's a step closer in the right direction.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Rich, for coming on to discuss with us on how to protect yourself during the bull market in precious metals. And I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Sounds great. Thanks, MIKKEL.
Thanks.